Holy shit. It's up the boards time. You're fucking right. It's up the boards time. I'm Yusuf.
I'm Parse.
I'm Tyler.
Oh, okay. So this is going to be going up on the YouTube channel simultaneously with a Sportculation podcast episode with Anton about the Arizona Coyotes. And if you're wondering, why are you talking about the Arizona Coyotes all of a sudden? Why don't we fucking talk about the Arizona Coyotes? Where do we begin? Somebody.
They have no money, and they don't have a stadium starting next year.
Yeah, they don't. This is so Arizona started this whole mess with new ownership coming in with Alex Mariuello, who's supposedly worth like $2 billion or $3 billion. Okay, that's fine. Maybe there's going to be a change. Then it went to, we drafted a racist in the 4th round of a draft. And we did not know, but we kind of knew. And then they had to cut ties with that. And then they cheated their scouting combine. So then they had to forfeit picks. And then the owner didn't want to pay for pizza. And he was late on players signing bonuses on contracts.
If you guys remember, pizza day. That was a pretty important day.
That was a really important day.
Yeah. You can't just not be buying people pizza, bro. What's wrong with you?
No, like come on, man. You skipping out on the pizza, bro? Come on. What a shame. And now all of a sudden we're here where they're, I guess, getting evicted next season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And nothing can save you from this eviction.
Except for Gary Bettman.
Okay. So here's the thing. So like I said, this is gonna be posted simultaneously with the Sportculation episode where we talked about Arizona, the faults of it, and we got into the details. Parse got into a lot about the potential relocation of them and whatnot. Yeah. There is some information that I had left out because I forgot what the fuck Tyler told me, because Tyler bombarded me with information over the course of
4 in the morning.
Yeah, 4 in the fucking morning.
Like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, like while I was on vacation.
What are you, Steve Jobs, bro? Like you just have nothing else to do with the.
Oh, yeah,
I don't
He doesn't sleep.
Yes, like
he literally doesn't sleep.
Like, yeah, everyone I know goes to bed around like midnight, and I don't go to bed till like 4. So I'm like I don't know, random
literally when we were in school, occasionally he would just text me, be like, "You doing anything right now?" Like it's 3 in the morning. Tyler, go to sleep.
But I have this epiphany.
Yeah,
it's gonna make
he was
us
just like, I was thinking about
take
this.
it straight to the moon.
Like literally, I think there was like a night like we had gone to see a game and we got back, and Tyler just texted me like at fucking 5 that morning, and he's just like, "Hey, you want to get some food?" And I'm like, Tyler. But yeah, so we had gone into the details of that, but we'll get into that again with this a little more on the wild side of takes. But Tyler, please enlighten us with this Gary Bettman information, because
Gary Bettman loves the Yotes. I don't know what it is, but he's got a love for them that are just, it's almost like that of a parent to a child. Like it just can't be lost. It's a beautiful bond. So Bettman has already committed that the Yotes will not be leaving Arizona, despite the fact that they don't have an arena. They will find a place for them to carry on their legacy in Arizona. Legacy.
Why? Like,
I think what Yusuf's trying to say is, look, man, I think we've run this course. So send me my Nordiques and be done with it.
Well, so this actually is kind of interesting, because this goes back to that random night where I decided to do a bunch of research on Arizona. Because the reason I got to Arizona was because I was reading about the Thrashers. So the interesting thing was...
Oh, now I remember where this conversation...
Yeah, this is how this whole thing started. This is wrong. It was a weird night. I don't know what the hell happened. I blame Miller Lite, but
imagine Parse. Imagine me enjoying my vacation in Vermont.
Don't have to imagine,
right? But
I know you.
That's true. This is true. And then just like I'm just trying to like enjoy my vacation. No Wi-Fi. Just trying to like get out, just relax. And then like as I'm checking my emails and shit, like before I go to bed, I just see like 50 fucking messages from Tyler on 3 different apps. Just like, let me tell you about the Atlanta Thrashers. I'm like, Tyler, I did not ask.
Trying to get your attention here, bud.
Atlanta
Listen
Thrashers.
to me.
I am on vacation. But Tyler, carry on.
So the Thrashers were a hockey team that did moderately terrible. They also couldn't draft correctly. They were really bad at that. They actually did sell out, though. That was actually one thing they did kind of do. And they never did well in the playoffs. But so they're basically Arizona. But the Thrashers had a very interesting problem. They didn't have the owner wanted to sell them. But the rule was you could buy the team, but they couldn't play in the arena that the previous owner was going to own, because that's where the Hawks play. So you had to build an arena if you bought the team. And that was kind of a problem, because why would you buy a team without an arena? So
Yeah, that would be awkward.
yeah, it was not good. So the other
I mean,
option was you buy
didn't the
both.
Whalers-
You had to buy both the Hawks and the Thrashers to get the
Yeah.
arena.
Didn't the Whalers play at like a mall? Like,
It was So
yeah, so
but the problem is actually this is the interesting thing. This is how I got to Arizona. But yeah, so because the Yotes at the time didn't have an owner, the league had them. They bought them. So when the Thrashers folded, they ended up just becoming Winnipeg because they actually had an owner, and the league couldn't save the Thrashers and the Yotes because only one team can be owned by the league at a time. That is my fun fact of the day. Yeah,
So Winnipeg got lucky, but also
Atlanta actually had a profitable team that they lost, and the Yotes are somehow still going with a not profitable anything.
This is called life.
Yeah, the Hawks were actually selling out games and stuff.
Yeah,
and the league's like, sorry, we own these guys. Like, they don't
also
bring
the Hawks. The Hawks are also well managed and have now led to having a young superstar named Trae Young, and the Thrashers are just not a team anymore.
Yeah, which so this actually another fun fact. All of the, I love this. All of the original Winnipeg Jet history is with the Yotes. All of the Thrashers history is with the new Winnipeg Jets.
That's right.
That brings me so much joy for some reason.
I do remember this because I know all of Timu's records are with the Coyotes.
Yep, and
when he was a Jet,
had records with the Jets.
Yeah, and Kovalchuk until this season was the all-time point scorer for the Winnipeg Jets, despite having never played a game for the Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So that's when they dealt in jersey. My whole thing is like, I do not understand why Gary Bettman is protecting Arizona so much.
Like, the first time I get it, because I guess it's the whole like Gretzky bringing hockey to the desert thing was like the whole idea, because he was an owner for a while, and like,
yeah,
there was that whole like thing. And I think part of it, this time I kind of get it a little bit. The first time was still weird to me. I actually have a theory as to why they're trying to save it, but that's a whole other. We could save that for later. But
oh no, save that for now. Come on,
okay.
we're just fucking do it. Just
if
drop
you look
it.
up, U.S. cities by, capita. Let's see, by population. Here we go. There's the U.S. cities by population. All right. Number 1, New York City. Number 2, LA. Number 3, Chicago. Number 4, Houston. Number 5, Phoenix, Arizona. There's potential there. Surprisingly, there's a lot of people.
And
So the idea is, if you could get the people on board, they'll go to the games. The problem is their arena has not really been where all their fans are. Because they used to actually, if you watch old videos back, like when they played the Colorado Avalanche and stuff in the playoffs back when Patrick Wall was the goalie and stuff, they actually sold out games.
Well, that was the fucking Nuremberg years, wasn't it?
Yeah, like the Coyotes
the fucking JR years.
Yeah,
look, we're all convinced that they have a lot of history. It's just that,
but they used to make
with
money.
all this PR mess now, how do you possibly sell this team?
I don't know if you can, considering they were literally just bought 2 years ago.
I think they like the new owner, don't they?
Well,
That'd be
somebody
it.
doesn't like him because he's about to get evicted.
Well, that's because they're that's because they're
remember,
in debt to the city now because
yeah,
of the
but you
arena
gotta remember,
contract.
like, I think like since the new owner took over, we've had the
Yeah, they've
there
had a
were
couple
all
bad issues. Yeah,
yeah,
not
they've
looked
had
great.
there was the Mitchell Miller thing, which apparently was his call, right? There was John Chayka just disappearing into the fucking moon right before the playoffs last year because something we still
Are you
don't.
saying
No
he
one
pulled a
knows.
Rodman?
Yeah, but no, he like instead of Rodman coming back, their GM just got up and left, just quit the team
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
the week before the playoffs last year. Yeah, just straight up got up and left.
He saw the future before it happened. No.
There was that the draft. There was the Athletic article that came out about how their owner was like cheaping out on the team and like not paying signing bonuses and of course not paying for pizza, man. Can't be skipping on that pizza. He's muted.
That's a huge red flag.
Exactly.
Huge red flag.
Huge. Like never mind not paying for just like food in general. Like pizza, bro.
It's life.
It is pizza his life.
Mamma mia.
Anyway, yeah, like he's already been involved in 3 or 4 different messes, and he's only been in charge like what 2 years.
I almost feel I feel like Bettman wants the team to work because there is potential there, and I feel like everyone else just wants to buy the Yotes with the attempt to move them somewhere else.
Yeah, basically. Like, but I think it gets kind of sticky now because now that we have 32 teams in the league and it's evened out 16-16 with Seattle coming in, if you buy out Arizona and move them, you got to keep them in the West.
Yeah.
Right.
Or they're probably not moving Columbus or
you could still make it because you could probably just get like somebody to move west for them. Like Columbus, you can move Detroit back to the West.
I'm down with that.
And just have it the same as it was before.
Give me Colorado really again. I'm down.
That Detroit is the selected odd man out to go through these changes.
Like it could be us. The Blackhawks could move, but they're still in the West. They're still in the West. Never mind. Right. Fuck you. I don't know. Why did they move us? I don't get it. I still don't get it. Move like I don't know. Fucking move someone.
All right, Yusuf, provide a better team to move.
Besides Columbus?
Yeah.
Honestly, I would move Winnipeg. Winnipeg.
No, Winnipeg's already West.
Yeah, Winnipeg's already. I
would move Toronto to the West.
I would move Toronto to the West.
Fuck them. Move Toronto. Let them suffer.
I move Toronto. Dude, they're in Kent, bro. It's like out of the way. Like, could you imagine how many like GMs and owners would be like, yo, we don't have to travel to Toronto 4 times a year?
Yusuf,
you're kidding.
Detroit is slightly more west than Columbus, like by a hair.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. It is. Yeah,
it's literally like a hair.
It's literally a hair slider. Yeah,
bro,
it's like only the small.
Boston, Columbus.
Yeah, Boston on the literal Detroit, East Coast.
Hold up. You know who?
New
actually
York. They would have a field day with this.
You know who would have been easy?
Oh.
Atlanta's more west than you all. If the Thrashers were still around.
Stop talking about the fucking Thrashers.
I think he's out of it. He's out of it. I mean, you probably could do Nashville.
They're already west.
Oh wow. Yeah,
I think it had to be Detroit or Columbus.
Yeah, that'd be Detroit. Well, it's Detroit again. Like how? Like I don't get why that would be. Like I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't.
You're the short end of the stick.
Honestly, I would not mind moving back to the West. Because like right now, what? So okay. So this year, if I'm not mistaken, because Seattle's coming in, they're moving Arizona out of the Pacific, meaning that Arizona is stuck in a division with Colorado, Dallas, Nashville, like just all the teams that'll eat you.
You got to find a solution for that, Tyler. So if we do, and let's say Arizona moves, right?
Yeah.
We have to
that's
find
not happening because Bettman. Like,
okay, let's say Bettman stops giving a fuck. Yeah.
How do you balance out the Pacific? Like, who do you move in? You move Seattle in?
Seattle's already in the Pacific.
Yes.
So-
Who do you move in?
Wait,
you
you
don't
mean
move
they-
it. Okay, so here's what's happening. So
Calgary?
Seattle is already moving into the
They're
Pacific.
in the Pacific. They basically took the Yotes and put them in the Central because the Central
Yeah,
were down.
the Yotes are. Yeah, they took the
Oh.
Coyote spot. Yeah.
Oh,
So the
Yeah.
Yotes are a Central team now.
So then you'd have to
Actually,
move.
kind of makes more sense.
that does make
Yeah.
more sense. Yeah.
So then
Not
you'd
for,
have to
for
move.
logistics and everything, it does make more sense.
I mean, it's fine. In fairness, though, I would have loved to see the Coyotes get the shit kicked out of them by Vegas 4 times a year. You know, that would have been fun.
I don't mind the Yotes. That's the thing. Like they haven't done anything to anyone because they just
They
can't.
just suck.
Like
well,
does that
I
mean-
think it comes
Hold
down
up.
to drafting. I think they've really not drafted well,
That's fair.
That is fair. They haven't.
and coaching, they just haven't brought the right
Well,
stuff.
I like their new guy.
We all do.
Who's coaching now?
But we've been
It's
saying
not
that for a good
Tocchet.
10 years.
Hold on, because
Through, like,
they got a
5
new coach. They
coaches.
got
It's not Tocchet, is it?
no, they just
Oh.
fired him. Who the
They
hell? is
fired
it?
Tocchet. Yeah.
Oh my
Oh.
They got the guy from that team that the
Yeah, the one
Ottawa
team with
67s. What the hell's his name? Oh my god.
not DJ because DJ coaches the
No.
Senators. Google.
Andre. I think it's Andre. What the hell is it?
Vasilevsky?
No. It's
Why can't you just give me? What do you give me the GM for? Give me the coach. Andre Chirigny.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I actually like him. Despite not remembering his name, I actually do like him.
he kind of looks like Jeff Blashill.
He does a little bit.
It does look a little bit like Jeff Blashill. I don't know. Like Arizona, like, okay, y'all, they had Taylor Hall. Remember
Y'all.
the Taylor Hall? Remember Taylor Hall in
Did you
Arizona?
just throw a y'all at us.
I did throw y'all at you. Fuck you,
You live in
Tyler.
Canada.
I still believe in
Y'all.
Taylor Hall. I still believe in that whole thing.
I believe
wish
in
it
him.
worked out.
I mean, him as a
I
Bruin is
know.
working.
I believe in him. I know he's real.
Yeah, he's real.
Yeah,
It's
he's a real man.
He's actually on a good team now in Boston.
He's in
so
Boston.
There's that. Yeah, but
Boston.
they still have Phil Kessel.
He's not required to like Taylor Hall's now not required to carry a franchise like he has
Yeah,
been
exactly.
his past 2, 3, 4, 5
Years.
teams.
Give you the
Yeah.
Ovi stamp.
Oh, I mean, like Kessel's still a Coyote.
Hey, he's a legend.
He is a
How many
legend.
hot dogs is he eating now? That's my number one question.
Right now, as many
I'd
as he
imagine
wants.
more.
I want when they induct him into the Hall of Fame, because he's gonna get into the Hall of Fame. I want Phil Kessel to be
I'm
at
not
his induction
convinced he
ceremony
will,
with a
but
hot
I'm
dog.
with you.
Really? I feel like he will.
Okay,
Iron Man streak, 2
hold on.
Stanley Cups.
Go look at how many draft picks the Yotes have next year in the first 2 rounds.
I'm
Holy
so-
sh-
There, it's a lot, isn't it? Like
That's
it's a
7.
in the whole draft?
Let me
No,
see
in the
this.
first 2 rounds.
Let's
have-
go through it. If you could share it too, that'd be awesome. I mean, like,
Oh,
You should be able to
Sean.
share your screen.
I don't know.
What's
I don't know how
going
to
on?
zoom. How do I zoom?
Go to you see the button that says share screen? You click that
Like,
button.
Where the hell's that button, Yusuf?
in a year and a
found it.
half, bro. How do you zoom, bro?
That's
What's
fine.
going on?
I haven't had to use. Fuck you.
Hold on. Let me
I'm
see if
giving
I
up.
can- let
Just
me-
go to Cap Friendly. Go to Arizona
All
Coyotes.
right, all right.
I'm going.
List them off.
I'm going. Wait.
Where we at? What, like round 1, 14th pick, 19th?
Check this. Okay, wait. Ready? Let's do this. Hold on.
You got to
there we
remember, they
go.
got one for Darcy Kemper first round.
Okay,
There
so
it is. Someone knows how to work
2022.
this.
2022. Let's see what we got here, right? So I'm gonna move this down. So that's right. We're gonna keep that right here. Okay.
Look at all those
So we have
second round
1,
picks.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What the fuck?
Yeah, you're all laughing at them. You wait.
Bro, what's going
gonna-
on?
they're gonna trade, like,
they got
3 of them.
everything. They
Next
got
year's draft
3
class is deep.
They
Next
got
year's draft
3
class is
round
very
ones.
deep. Next year's draft class is really good.
They
The
got
Yotes are
they
going to come
got-
out winning a Stanley in 2 years. Like,
Bro, they got a pick in every single round, man.
they got a great developmental coach. I'm standing by the Yotes. You know what? Screw it. I'm going with
Okay, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. You have to think about it.
fighting for the team now. Look at
You have to think about it. You have to think about this though. You have to think about this. So I don't know. Y'all can see my mouse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just checking. So, right. Okay, so they got their own pick, which is probably going to be a top 10, probably next year.
Top 5.
Top 5 if they tank. Yeah, top 5. You have Colorado. That's going to be a bottom. That's going to be a bottom first rounder.
Is it because they just allowed
I think they
Jack
traded
Johnson
for
for a
that pick.
trayout.
I think they traded for that pick. They traded.
Yeah, they
Never
got
mind.
Darcy Kemper.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah,
and the
that's right.
Yotes also are trying out, or not the Yotes, the Colorado Avalanche are trying out Jack Johnson.
That's not good.
They're gonna
This
die.
is gonna be a good second rounder. This is gonna be great for them.
Yeah,
And maybe the Vancouver. Yeah.
and maybe the Islanders. I'm not.
Vancouver needs
know.
a forward. They need a scorer. But like
they haven't signed him yet.
check it out though. 3 straight years of a pick in every single round. No wonder you don't want to sell the team. This is your chance to win a cup and to be a legend.
Yeah, they're actually
and
in
2022,
pretty good
23 are very good draft years from what I've been reading up on.
Yeah,
but like,
also, hold on, go back up. The one's a conditional pick, so it could go up. 2023, the third rounder.
Oh, let's see. Pick is not transferred to Arizona if Andrew Ladd plays in any professional game. Oh,
no, that one sucks. That's not.
That's an interesting one. And then Arizona receives. What the fuck? Are you reading this?
Yeah, I am.
Arizona receives a 2024 third rounder if Colorado wins the Stanley Cup next year.
Okay, so they're gonna get they're not getting that one. I'm sorry.
And Kemper plays in 50% of play. That's such a fucking detail there. If they win the Stanley Cup, like,
yeah, I would love to be negotiating that trade. All right, we'll give you the third rounder only if these.
Man, where are they now? What? How much? Let's see, $8 million in cap space. That could get you like something. What the?
Who are their goalies?
Let's find out.
What's the what the fuck about?
It was the amount of money they have left. Let's see.
They got
Carter Hutton.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Yep, that's gonna be a top 5 pick for sure.
Yeah, you got Carter Hutton. You've got. Let's see. Who is the youngest? Jacob Chikrin is the only. Well, no, Connor Timmins, but I don't know if Connor Timmins is playing this year.
You're looking at their quote unquote. You go lower because they do have a lot of good young guys too.
That's true on non-roster. Yeah,
because like, what's his dick?
Victor Soderstrom's great.
Yeah. Let's see. Why am I? Like literally, they have a lot of decent guys in the minors. A lot of
they actually do. Barrett Hayton's good. Dylan Genther's going to be really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know, I mean, like it could be.
I feel
like it could be worse. They could be. That.
I mean, the sad thing is, Buffalo still exists.
Yeah.
As does Ottawa, weirdly. So
I mean, Ottawa, like. I feel like the only reason
when did we start
Ottawa
talking about Buffalo?
Hold up!
I swear we shit on Buffalo like too much.
We could be talking about any team in the league. Like, this exactly sucks. Buffalo, like,
yeah, we don't want to keep digging in on Buffalo for a second. There's anybody digging right now. We probably should be digging in on Vegas for the failure.
Oh, yeah.
We should be digging on Vegas for trading Marc-Andre Fleury.
There is a big. I don't know.
Segue.
We could have a separate segment. I think this would be the perfect time.
We could also point out. Hold up, the Yotes did not finish that badly last year.
Which team has the most pressure right now?
Vegas, easily.
Oh, by far and away, Vegas.
That's why I'm saying we need to be turning the microscope over to be on Vegas because this is the third, or is it the fourth? I feel like 2019.
What?
I think this has been going on since 2019. Maybe 2018.
18 when they made the finals.
So for 3 straight, 2021 we haven't really played the season yet.
18 was the finals. 19 was the first round. 2020 was third round. This year was.
It has been 3 years. For 3 years, we have expected. Well, half the league, and half the people who even bet have expected you to host a cup, and yet you fail. Last minute, like you do amazing in the regular season.
Let's break down what they've done. Our coach got us to the Stanley Cup. Our coach got us to the Stanley Cup in our first year. What do? Let's fire him. Guy. That makes some sense.
Yes,
it was a good move because it started winning games. What do you mean? I mean, how are you gonna?
They were already winning games.
They were already winning, and Gerard Gallant is a good coach.
And they fired him for Peter DeBoer.
Fired him.
Kind of bad. I don't think DeBoer is great, but that's a whole other story.
The next year, they blow a 5-minute fucking penalty.
Yeah, I remember that.
Blow Game 7 to San Jose. Let's never forget that part, shall we, kids?
Oh yeah.
That was not good.
No,
that was not good. I was happy but that was not good.
It was,
Well, then
that
what?
was
Oh,
brutal.
why don't we bench our star goalie?
Yes.
That's a great idea. Let's bench our star goalie.
Yeah, benching Fleury for the kid, and then
And then there's the whole like sword to the back picture.
And then there
which
was
is
the sword to
great.
the back of Fleury
That was
because he
good.
thought he was getting duped by Vegas. And then there was this year where he actually
And then
got
they
duped
said,
by
no,
Vegas.
yeah, we're not
Actually
doing
got
that. Then they
traded.
did it, yeah.
to a winning franchise. Let's
They-
go.
they-
Okay, hold
really-
up. Let's
Wait.
not get ahead of ourselves there.
Come again?
They are a
Come
franchise
again.
that
You-
wins every now.
I'm gonna say
Last
right now.
century-
This
last
is
decade
fucking.
was
10
This
years
is
ago.
yeah,
10 years
literally.
ago.
I'm gonna be
Last decade-
okay.
it
This
wasn't
is
10 years
completely
ago.
this.
Come
Yes,
on
it
now.
was. It was literally more than 10 years ago, dude.
The last cup was in 2016. That's not 10 years.
15.
That was like 5.
6 years.
15.
The first one was
6
2010.
years.
That was 11 years ago.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
11 years ago. Okay. That was 11 years ago.
What literally, like, dude, fucking when I was in New York on my little trip, my buddy who I was visiting, she's got family in Chicago, or like she originally was from like the Chicago area. So at one point we were just like making a joke about hockey, and she just looked me dead in the eye. And I did not know she followed hockey, but she just looked me dead in the eye and she's like, yeah, at least we've won more cups than you in the last 10 years. And I was like, shut the fuck up. This isn't funny.
It's
Boo-hoo.
nice. It's real
Boo-hoo.
nice.
It
But
is. It's
I
a
gotta
shame
admit-
that whole team's crumbling.
When they
Must be
stabbed
nice to see your
Fleury-
team win a cup. Must be
I know.
nice.
when they stabbed
Oh,
Fleury in
yeah.
the back, that was the most terrible thing ever, because that guy literally gave his entire, I would say, career when he got traded from
Oh, yeah.
Pittsburgh over there. He gave it to Vegas. He really tried. You could tell in the message he sent out when we finally got the news. You could tell how he was even that last season when he was fighting for his career.
We also haven't
No.
addressed the most obvious thing they've done that probably stands out more than any of these things.
Yeah, I agree with you.
They
Yeah.
got rid of Ryan Reeves.
They did get rid of Ryan Reeves, and
Which
they
is-
sent him to you
Yeah, I'm more than okay with that. But
so
like,
that you guys can fight fucking Tom Wilson.
yeah, I'm more than
That's
happy
all
about
it is.
Tyler's so modest with it too.
Dude,
Tyler,
I ordered my shirt. I got a Ryan Reeves shirt
Tyler-
coming in the mail.
Tyler is
One of the
legit
little
the
shirt
definition
jerseys,
of
yeah.
fucking Rangers propaganda. But
No.
no, Vegas is so weird because, like, god damn it, I have been saying, like, Parse can attest to this. I have been saying for years, like, there's no way they don't win a Stanley Cup in the next like 5 years.
Why
and
can't
yet-
I attest to that? You tell
Made
me
me
that
want to
like,
bet
every
again.
beginning of
Every
every
time
season.
I know.
you follow the bandwagon is when they start to crumble, and it's
Yeah.
scary because in the regular season they're really tough to beat. Like they
Yeah,
have all
they're
these
very
winning
good in the
records,
regular
and,
season.
You know, they just can't really seem to lose a game, even in overtime. And
So
it's
let's
always,
address-
oh, look at how great the defense is. Look how great the goaltending is. Look. And I'm like, I have nothing bad to say about this team.
Do
So
we
why-
feel like Robin Leonard is going to be a good number one there?
I think so. Not amazing, but I think he'll be fine.
As somebody who watched a lot of games, like he is definitely the real deal. I would say though, he needs to work on like, a lot of those pad saves and like those juicy rebounds he keeps leaving out. But he had that luxury because again, the defense was not shoddy, like it wasn't spotty. When it did become spotty, he was even more, exceptional. But again, they would lose games because of second chance puck shots. So my whole thing is, Robert's going to somewhere where the defense is, really, really good. And if he does leave out rebounds, he's not going to be left to dry.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think it's a
like
win-win for him to
Robin.
start doing. Maybe he can do like a 98.2. Well, actually, he's been doing 98.2. So I'm talking like 98.9 or 90, like it's just save percentage. Maybe even a 94 this year or 95 this year.
If he's on his game, I could see him at least like low ceiling, probably a 930.
That's pretty high.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem is that's
league
high.
average. Like 925 is stellar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where would I put him?
But that would have to put him like, the thing is like a 930 or a 940 would put him on like
If he's
elite,
hovering around
elite
like
level.
like a 920 would be pretty damn good.
Yeah.
The lowest in the league is like 89s, and then the highest in the leagues are like 95s, 94s. So
92.5 was Vasilevsky last season. That's the highest.
92.
Valesky was 92.
92.5.
Damn.
Oh, I must be going off playoff then.
You
Jeez.
probably. I mean, playoff numbers. Sometimes playoff numbers are like wild.
They're
but
like
yeah.
super inflated because like sometimes they don't get scored on for a while, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
In the
but-
same team. Sorry, yeah. So if
No,
we're talking
it's
like regular season, yeah, for sure. Like but yeah, I think he can do a 90. I'll say this. I'll give him a 91. I'll give him a 91.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that might be still a lot to ask, but the thing is like The pressure is on for Vegas. The pressure is very much on them because they should have at least either made the finals again or won a cup by now.
Yeah. And
So then is the next step to blow it up? Or, are we okay with just putting seats in Vegas? I mean, what's the plan?
I mean, part of
They
it.
can't keep doing this.
No, they can't. Part of
And
it.
Dallas
is
can't keep doing this either. I think Dallas tried to blow it up a bit.
Dallas did try to. I mean, like Vegas is like borderline on the cusp of like cash. Actually, they are cash strapped. They don't have any money. They don't have any money. They are trying to move things around because they want Jack Eichel and get him out of Buffalo, which like because they don't have a fucking proper first line center.
Yeah, they don't. And
They don't have a center. That's the biggest reason they fucked up.
They can't, logistically speaking, they can't get Eichel, in my opinion.
No, they can't get anything.
I find that impossible.
You got to clear out 10 million cap. Like today.
You got to clear out 10 mil and like.
And
what do you
there's
clear
no
out?
way that they're giving Jack Eichel up.
No, they will.
Buffalo will. Buffalo's ready to do it.
They just.
They just need the right price.
The problem is the one team that technically has all the pieces they want, they don't want to trade him to because he's in the same conference. They really want him to go out west.
Yeah.
Which I think is bullshit, but that's a whole.
If you didn't guess, that team is the Rangers.
Now that Henrik has retired.
Wait, what about Henrik?
Well, he was retired, so I was wondering what New York is planning on doing now. Whether to talk to the New York expert.
No, they have their goalies. They're good.
We got Igor Shesterkin, future prodigy, and
he's pretty good. He's pretty good.
He's baby Hank. It's great. He plays exactly like Hank. He talks like Hank. It's great. It's baby Hank. I love it.
But it's his rookie year. First couple of years.
Second year. It's coming into his third year.
Yeah, third year.
That New York crowd is tough to play against.
He's
play with,
Dude, he broke records in the KHL. He came into New York, dethroned Hank, and took the starting job. He did it.
That's true. He did do that. So I've got faith.
Top 10 goalie in the league last year. It was incredible.
But there is talks I know about Jack Eichel going to Minnesota.
I'm
not joking.
Money? With what money now?
No.
With imaginary money that just comes out of the air. I don't know. For some, like the Buffalo Sabres threw out like what they wanted for Eichel.
Holy shit, Minnesota has money.
Yeah, Minnesota's got money.
Toronto be able to do a swap?
What do they have to give out though?
What do you mean,
Minnesota?
No?
Yeah.
No,
I mean they could.
They don't have any prospects or anything. They're not.
Marco Rossi.
Are they going to give them up?
That's the thing. Yeah, would you give up Marco
Buffalo
Rossi?
wants to. Well, they'd have to give up a goalie, so they probably have to give they'd probably give up Kakkonen. They'd have to give up Marco Rossi and then probably 2 first-round picks.
Probably. Yeah. What was that about Toronto? I don't trust that team anymore. So
Toronto should not do anything. They
simple. Just do a swap.
The Maple Leafs should trade for a player that plays the defense position.
Yes.
But they're not going to, so let's talk about the swap.
All right, you have one of 4 options: John Tavares, Mitch Marner, Austin Matthews, or William Nylander. Which one are you throwing?
That is not. Try it.
Can we appreciate how the Leafs got rid of Freddie Anderson? They're like, nah, this guy, we don't want him. He's not good enough.
And they got
for a
former
guy
Detroit Red Wing,
who had worse numbers with a better defense. Mrazek's going to get lit up. I feel bad for him.
Like, I don't know what Toronto's thinking.
You think low key he already knows too? Mrazek's it's like in his room, like I'm signing my tombstone right here.
He's
not gonna be great.
He's signing his contract like I'm about to get paid,
shit.
But like
he
this
really
is not
did not do a good. He got under $4 million, and he has a no trade clause. He's stuck there
to endure the worst of the worst.
Oh god,
poor fucker. He's gonna be dead.
Toronto, and the thing is too, is like he loses one game, Toronto media is gonna destroy him.
No, that's the thing. New York media is harsh, but like we're sometimes Toronto will be like, no, fuck this kid.
Toronto
Get him out of here.
They're like, trade him immediately.
Jack Campbell won 12 straight games. He lost number 11. It's like, fuck this dude. It's like, okay, guys.
Jack Campbell beat Felix Potvin's record of like most wins in a single season by a rookie in a row by winning 12 games in a row. And then when he lost the next game after that streak, The
It's
entire
beautiful.
Toronto media was like, Jack Campbell's not worth it.
It's like you're fucking kidding. Whatever.
We can't have a goalie like this. And I'm like, y'all are so
Yeah,
dumb.
we can't have a goal like this. He's doing too good. Like,
Yeah, he's doing. Damn. Like, holy shit! I don't know,
Only is
man.
Toronto can you have a meltdown after one loss.
Dude, they have to blow up the team. They have to. At some
Toronto.
point.
I've been preaching this for 6 years.
I know. Like, on top of like trying to get like a Jack Eichel, you don't need another center. Then what? Your fucking center depth is Matthews, Eichel, Tavares, and who's playing third? Then who's playing the third line?
Hold up.
Which
I'm not.
which
You already know
million-
my opinion on. I don't need to repeat my.
I know
Tavares
which
theory.
multi-million-dollar center of those three would you play on the third line?
I'm trying to figure out how they could even make the money for this.
Oh, dude, no, I'm pretty sure it's impossible. I'm pretty sure it's like impossible to do.
You have to field a team, so I don't think they can.
And probably 2 players to the minors.
You'd have to get rid of Nylander.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So okay, that gets you 7.
yeah. But then how do you
Easily
recoup
3.
the other $3 million in what individual on that team? Because
Also,
here's the
hold
problem
on. They
with
definitely
Toronto.
want to. They wouldn't send them to Toronto because they're divisional.
That's true.
Yeah, they won't send them to us for the conference reason. They're definitely not sending them to you all for division. I guess
So
you all
far
is
out.
neither of you because Yusuf's renounced his Toronto fandom and
Yep,
then
I
Parse
have
is a
indeed.
Blackhawks fan.
Yep.
Yeah.
There are no more Toronto Maple Leafs fans on the Sportculation family. We do not condone the Toronto Maple Leafs, and
We
God,
do not condone their actions.
we do not condone their actions, and by actions I mean them playing
signing John
hockey.
Tavares.
I don't know how John Tory even made it through that entire like playoffs. Like you could imagine, he probably just didn't watch hockey for the rest of the season.
Oh, fucking our homeboy, the mayor. Yeah, man. Jesus Christ. I don't know how anyone could get through that Parse. I don't know how MLSC could sit in their fancy fucking head office by Union Station and just watch those
I
games
love
and be
how
like,
pissed Yusuf gets about this. I'm kind
It
of
is
sad you're like
incredible.
renounced. I'm happy you've done it because it's gonna like increase your lifespan by like 30 years.
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And like it's probably just good because you're actually a Red Wings fan, but like, dude, I'm gonna be a little upset seeing like your emotional break. Like that was a beautiful thing. Like watching you have a breakdown on camera was quite beautiful.
Just wait till the Red Wings win a Stanley Cup.
Okay,
Wait
Yusuf,
for that
let's
day.
not get ahead of ourselves.
Hey, fuck you. I can believe, okay?
I mean,
I believe in the Red Wings.
I'm imagining Ryan Reeves scoring the Game 7 overtime winner to bring the Rangers the cup.
Against Vegas.
Yeah, against Vegas, Ryan
Against
Reeves
Vegas.
nets
Like,
the goal. Gallant flips the bird.
So I have a question for you guys, actually, since we're on the topic of people that are getting paid
No.
too much money. Parse, you ready? All right. So if I open up, let's do this here. So we're gonna share my screen again. We're gonna open up Cap Friendly
I'd rather you not.
and shut up. All right. So now these are all the contracts that have been signed over the last like few months and whatnot, what have you, yada yada yada. I'm gonna put myself here for now so we can see the value. I can put myself right here. That's fine. Okay. So if we move cap hit to, let's say, Tyler, what's a good low number to use? 3 million, 4 million?
3.5, probably.
3.5,
safe bet.
3.5
Yeah.
it is. Okay, 3.5, and we're gonna set max to, let's say 13. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Because of just cap hits and whatnot, I'm gonna move. Yeah, okay, this is gonna get confusing. I'm gonna move myself right here for now. Right. So if you look at these lovely numbers and the terms that go with it, there's a lot of fucked up numbers here, guys.
Oh, I know where you're leading into.
Yep. There's a lot of fucked up numbers here. So for example, you've got, Kyle Palmieri's making 20 million over 4 years, 5 million. Okay, that's fine. 6 million a year, 4.1, 4, 4, 6, 7, 7, 4, 3, 5, 5. These are normal numbers. Anything below like 6 million, 9.2 for Darnell Nurse, which the Edmonton Oilers should not have done, but they did. You have weird ass numbers like 5.6666. Another 9 million. That's 2 9 millions. Let's keep track here, guys. Okay, that's 2 $9 million contracts so far, right? Mm-hmm. Yep, that's 2. Okay. Any more? Oh, that's 3. Okay, yep. Dougie Hamilton. Yep, that's 3 $9 million contracts. Okay, we're off to a great start here, right? Do I hear 4? I hear 4. Braden Point, $9.5 million. That's a lot.
I think we
Over
get it.
8 years. My question here, gentlemen, I feel like we're getting a lockout soon.
You're not wrong. So we've talked about this a lot. We've talked about this for about the past 5 years, Yusuf.
Then we got to
Yeah.
talk about this on the show. We got to hear what's going on.
Well, if I come on the main
if there is a
show,
lockout,
Which
it should
we
be
will. We will do that
2025.
soon.
Wait, hold on,
I don't-
Yusuf. You said this is like the R-rated version. Do I have to be like behave him on the main show? 'Cause that's
Yes.
not-
Only a little bit. Not a lot, but a
Only
little bit. Yeah.
You're asking a
Just
lot.
cut it anyway, I believe. But anyways,
I could do that.
2025 is my prediction if we're gonna have a lockout, because like you said, these numbers are closing in fast.
I think it was when the Leafs kind of started their bullshit. So when they were founded, but no, when the Leafs.
I mean,
When-
you signed 4 guys to fucking 10
Well, yeah.
million.
So when that happened, I remember I was talking. I forgot what game we're at. We were at a fucking hockey game.
Was it the Carolina Bruins game where they dressed as the Whalers?
Oh, that was a great time.
That was
I
a
don't
fun
remember.
one. It might have been that.
It was
game.
one of the many games we went to, but
Yeah.
like, I remember we were talking, and it was just like, it used to be like you had one guy who was getting like above 8 mil, and that was kind of woo, like
right. Yeah.
like your $8 million guy was like your
Well,
foundation piece.
don't even
Like,
get me started, bro. I
Crosby,
was
Hank,
so mad.
Ovechkin were like the
I was
three
so
that come to
mad.
mind.
Like I was like, how could you pay Sidney Crosby $8 million?
That was a lot of money. Like Hank got
What?
8.1. And I was like, what the fuck?
What?
I was like, it's Hank.
He's never made over 8, I think, in his
Yeah, I know.
career. Yeah, which is nuts
But
for
like,
Crosby.
so you
Yeah.
look at like that, and like the way I've always thought about it is like if you consider, like if you were to ask who was the best player like the 2010s, I think we could all agree that Crosby is probably like a top 5, top 3.
Yeah, he's a
Top
top
3,
5,
Sidney
but
Crosby.
Ovi is the best player.
Okay, so if
Of the
you want to
20
use
of the 2010s,
Ovi or Crosby, you can interchange it, whatever you
of the 2010s, if I have to give like a top 3, no particular order, it's probably Crosby, Ovi, and I'm weirdly enough going to say Patrick Kane.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
What?
And then
What?
now-
What? Patrick
No.
Kane? Patrick
Patrick
Kane in the
Kane was
2010s?
filthy.
No.
was filthy.
In the 2010s.
No,
during
because
the
there's
cup
a guy who's been doing this for a while who was still filthy, who inspired Patrick Kane, and that was Rick Nash. So it should be.
I would never
Ovi
call Rick
and
Nash a
Rick
top
Nash.
3
This
player.
just in, kids. Parse thinks Rick Nash is the top 3 player in the 2010s and not fucking the man he idolizes in Patrick Kane.
All right, hold up. We're gonna use the 3 I'm used to using for this example. We're gonna use Ovechkin
Ovi, Crosby.
and then Hank because he was
Yeah.
a goalie, and at the time,
Yeah.
I would argue Hank was probably one of the best goalies of the 2010s.
Yeah.
I mean, there was Tim Thomas who's fresh, who came
Who
up
did
and
one good season?
got
Yeah,
that-
but the
yeah,
thing
one
was Tim
good
Thomas wasn't
season.
there long. That's the
And
problem.
then there was
And
the
he just-
Sedin brothers, right?
The
That's not-
Sedins.
he- Yeah, I'm saying goal. Well, I'm gonna use a
goalie
goalie as well.
wise, yeah.
Oh man, this
goalie-wise.
is such a hard question. You know what? To each his own.
Okay.
You know, say
We're
whatever
gonna
you
you
could
use
use Quick.
using
you could
the
use
3 I'm
Hank,
using.
You could use, yeah.
Hank broke. All right, so we're gonna use Hank, Ovi, and Crosby because they're just 3. They've all broken records. They're all destined to be Hall of Famers. It's fine. Or at least 2 of the 3 will be Hall of Famers. Regardless, if you look at like they all got about 8 mil, give or take a couple 100,000 at some point in the career. One of their major contracts was 8 mil. And if you consider them at least some of the best at their position, it's crazy to me when you look at some guys who are getting paid as much or more than them who aren't as good as them. Like my logic is if X is the best at his position or arguably a top guy at his position, how can you agree to pay someone more than that? You know what I mean? And I feel like, no offense to the Leafs, they definitely contributed to this.
I feel like there was just a lot of money not being used back then.
Yeah, and I feel like there's like this trend now where it's like, well, I need like to get all the money like in this, because also like back then like bridge contracts were more common where it's like, hey, you had a really good rookie year and you had a really good second year, your third year kind of fell off a little bit. Here's a contract for like 2.5 for 2 years. Go show us what your value is.
Yeah.
And they don't do that anymore. Like,
You know,
it's
I
nuts.
think I blame the NBA and the cap increase as to why every league has just been seeing these insane contracts. Like before, it was just Europe with the whole,
the
soccer leagues,
the crazy,
and it was like, okay, yeah, so Ronaldo's getting like 500 million. Like, okay, that makes sense.
just
It's
casually,
euros, whatever.
yeah.
But then, all of a sudden, we woke up to an era where, NBA, and at the time in the NBA, if when Kobe was making 30 million, it was a big deal. It was like,
no, absolutely
making $30 million a year. Like how? And then, LeBron started doing it, and we said to ourselves, okay, so the standard is if you are a franchise player of echelon all-star capability, then we will give you this 30 mil. But then Dwight Howard got it. And, Harden got it. And Westbrook started getting it. And we were just like, what? Steph Curry was, and then we're like, I don't know what the standards are. And then all of a sudden, bench players are getting like 10 and 8 mil. So then in the hockey world, it's like, yeah, of course, OV is 10 mil, right? Crosby, get whatever you want. And then now we have 4 Maple Leafs with $10 million contracts. Like it's no big deal. It's like you said, there's going to be a lockout because for some reason they found more money somewhere. Don't know where.
Yeah, it's the thing of like there are certain players where you look at them and you can justify them being worth anything more than like $7 million because I feel like 6-7 is like that threshold.
In my opinion, the cornerstone, the 2010s, I'd say the cornerstone of your team should be about 8 mil. That's like your franchise, your Doughty, your Hank, your Price, your Crosby.
I think the only person getting paid near that much on the Blackhawks was Keith, Duncan Keith, which was probably like 6 mil. I think
6.5, I think,
Kane, everybody else were like, 4s, 3s, because at the time they were still young and just got their contracts and things like that, right? No, Seabrook was there. Seabrook was getting like 5.
He was getting a bit,
but it wasn't like crazy. But now, you can pay these guys crazy.
Well, like cap, like what with a cap increase and everything, right? Like now, granted, for some reason, every team has just decided, let's just spend to the cap. Like let's have no money left by just allocating funds everywhere, right?
Well, you got to keep people happy.
But here's the thing, right? You look at like the Oilers, for example. Okay, the Oilers right now have, I believe it's 1, 2, 3, like 3 or 4 people that are making over $8 million.
Yep.
One of them is Connor McDavid, which I will excuse.
Well, it's Connor McDavid and Draisaitl, right? Making 10, making 8.
Draisaitl makes 8, I think, 8 or 9. Yeah.
I don't know who the third person is. I'm not sure.
Darnell Nurse, their for some reason star defenseman, who is questionably good, but still okay. He's young, that helps, right? He's making 9.5, and then Zach Hyman, I think, is making 7 or 8. What, like, is that necessary?
Well, we can't take away from the fact that these guys have to be paid their worth, and the young guys more than anybody need the money because remember those are the guys who one injury, one bad night, and all of a sudden they're out of the league, right? So we gotta save them. They're lucky in this sense, but the older guys and the guys to come, this is where the problem is. They're gonna come into the league and say, well, you're paying him 10 mil, doing the same thing. Why am I not getting paid 10 mil? What happened?
Like, you look at, like, what's a good example? Well, like, and then how do you feel if you're like McKinnon? You took a pay cut to stay on the Avs, right? You get your contract comes up and you say, you know what, I'll take 6.3. I want to keep the core together. Let's do it. And then
I feel bad for him.
And then you look at everyone else in the Avs is like, all right, it's payday.
The fact that Nathan McKinnon
is
the
fourth highest paid player. He's the 4th highest paid player on that team.
And he's the best player on the Avalanche.
I feel bad for him. I feel very bad for him.
He's the best player on the Avalanche.
Well, and then you look at guys, the perfect example, man, like Tom Brady. Tom Brady was never a top 10 highest paid quarterback. And it benefited him.
Well, he took the approach of understanding how the game all works, right?
Exactly.
Your team is not going to be as good as it was the previous year. If you take a majority of what you're worth. And it's all good to get what you're worth, but if you start to do the math, I'm making this amount of
if you're the Leafs, you're never going to win a team.
You're never going to win if you're the Leafs.
So he said to himself, you know what? I'm making this much in endorsements. Let me give it to the little guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Give them a reason to play. If you
Like,
tell somebody I'm gonna overpay for you, they're obviously gonna play crazy.
No. Well, they might. They just might not. They might not do that though.
no, exactly.
Because now you're getting your payday.
Yeah, there's
And I
some
think
examples, but
I think another problem the league ran
Oh,
into
man.
was, I think this is probably a lot of leagues ran into this actually.
No.
Even especially football, like, you know, the league, like financially, all the leagues were trending up until about March of 2020.
Yep.
From a financial standpoint,
doing
like
fine,
every league was set to have a salary cap increase for the next 3 years.
Yep.
And now I think they've all plateaued for a little bit, especially because they couldn't sell seats because
there were
pandemic
no
and everything
seats to
going on.
sell.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
there's no seats to sell.
that's I think a lot of these.
And we have the housing
a lot of
market
teams-
just going crazy.
Well,
think a
here
lot of
the housing
teams-
market is crazy.
No, it's actually. I mean, it's hitting mostly everywhere. A lot of people are starting to say that the average person buying a home now, the age of the person is 34 apparently. So it's hitting everywhere.
So
yeah.
like a lot of leagues were expecting a cap increase and it just never came. So I feel like a lot of guys kind of started signing these contracts and now it's like, okay, now we're kind of holding here for a little bit. Like now you're in these awkward sections. Now if you're a team like the Rangers or the Blackhawks where you kind of, and the Red Wings, and you caught yourself in the middle of the rebuild during all this, you're actually all right. But if you're a team like the Lightning or the Leafs and you've given out all these contracts now, and the contracts, well, not even the Lightning, they've done a good job of cheating the system a little bit, but like if you're the Leafs, like you're fucked. Like
Yeah, I think the Lightning
cap's not
have done a
included.
good job because they went ahead and got Corey Perry, and
He did get Corey Perry.
they also realized that we can't really sustain this. Like I know 2 years, like we're doing great. This is exactly the revenge we wanted on the Blackhawks. We're finally getting it.
Also, the Lightning got Brent Seabrook, which is how they were able to afford $7 million in injury reserve money.
That's true. Yeah, they just took Brent Seabrook, got that money, and said, "Okay."
For them, the job is done, so they're probably going to
spend it.
defend themselves. Who is hungry? There's some teams who are hungry who are going to be getting caught out even more, and that's Vegas, Boston, and Avalanche.
Well, like you have to.
We're
you
going
have
to do
think
anything.
about, like you have to think based on spending and based on just like trades and whatnot. What these teams want. Not Vegas. Tampa has one job right now, to go for the 3-peat, because they know this isn't going to last forever.
They shouldn't go for it. I don't think they're going to make
it. They're going to try. They're going to try for it. Whether they want, it'll kill them or not.
It's tough. It's tough to 3-peat.
We haven't seen a 3-peat in the NHL since, I believe, the Islanders in the 80s. Or the Oilers, it might have been, yeah.
And there's a reason for that, because there's so much tape on you now.
Yep. So you got to be careful. But, like, Tampa has their priority. Go for the 3-peat, right? And as far as spending goes, they've spent well. Okay? They've spent well, besides, like, cheating the system here and there. Vegas, who is strapped and trying to figure out some fucking situation by pulling a rabbit out of their ass or whatever. Right?
They've shot themselves in the foot so badly. It's not even funny though.
Yeah, they really went from, hey, this could work, to, oh no, it's not going to work.
It's been fun to watch.
They're fun to watch though. Boston is going to be a team that no matter how dog shit they might look on paper, they're just always good.
They're just such a well-run organization.
Yeah, that's really it, right?
For Montreal fans, this one has to hurt the most because you went somewhere you were not supposed to be. Yep. And you may think you're worthy of that spot. You are not.
Keep in mind.
No, they're not.
You are going to have a rude awakening.
Keep in mind, the New York Rangers had more points in the regular season, like standing points, than the Montreal Canadiens.
Yep.
And yet.
Yep.
I'm just saying they should probably
feel bad for all.
They should probably bring. I want the playoff system to go back to 1-8. That's all I want. Like, no more of this wild card bullshit.
This is confusing.
It makes no sense.
It's super confusing. It's confusing all of us. It's confusing the league. It's confusing the players. We don't even know what they're playing for. At this point, 1-8, what it did was, if you knew you were bad and you were heading to 8, you didn't do much.
No. You sort of looked at you being in the 8th spot and go,
We will play our last 10 games the hardest we could ever play, just to make sure we get our spot.
Yep.
And then we will accept defeat.
It was like the 8th spot was great because like if you were a team like in quote unquote like coming out of the rebuild, it's like, all right, we're gonna get the 8th seed, we're gonna get the shit kicked out of us, but we're gonna get some experience.
Yeah.
And
then
we're gonna
we'll
move
look good
up.
for the
Like,
future.
and then we'll get like the 6th seed and then kind of work our way in. Like
It was a process more than it was just like 3 teams trying to fight for a random spot. You don't know who you're gonna face yet, but it's like at least with 1 to 8, you know if you're locked into that 8th spot, like have fun.
yeah, exactly.
You know?
Where it's
But,
wow, like okay, we could be in the playoffs, but it's like this happens, then Team B could come in and get it, but Team C is also right on our heels. They can get in. It's like, oh my god, this is just like
yeah, it's not fun.
Every game matters now, but you weren't thinking like that all year, were you?
Yeah. You weren't thinking that between October and March. And now it's mid-March and the playoffs are like on the horizon and you're like, oh shit. How many points are we behind 8th place? 4? Okay, we have to win every single game now. But coach, I don't know if we can do that. I don't give a fuck. Do it. I will be fired if you don't.
not if you're the Red Wings, coach.
Not if you're Jeff Blashill. Jeff Blashill's keeping his job forever until he doesn't. We'll see. I don't know. It's like season's on the horizon because it's September now, which is
We talked about this. Yeah, they're 3 weeks out from starting training camps.
we're getting there. We're getting back to it soon, boys. Hockey's coming home soon.
Oh, good.
Hockey's getting back here soon. I can't wait.
Yep.
But you know what that means?
And Yusuf's going to see a Preds game and buy his banner.
What? Yeah, I guess so. Apparently, I'm going to go see a Nashville game.
Someone's got to go.
That's true. Someone's got to go. Actually,
January 22nd. You got.
I'm already. If I don't have school,
it's a Saturday.
No, but I have school.
They play Detroit.
Oh, that's true. I'm actually looking because I don't know if we don't know if the Leafs are going to be having fans in the arena yet.
I mean, the Leafs have fans. They hate themselves, but they
do all hate themselves. They do all hate themselves. This is true. But I've already marked off all the games that the Red Wings are going to be in town.
Oh, look at you!
And I'm just like, I'm ready. I'm just going to show up in all my gear. People are going to get mad at me, and I'm going to be like,
just throw an octopus.
Win a round, and then be angry at me. Win a round, please, in the playoffs, and then be angry. Shut the fuck up. Like, come on.
We should just rename this to "Fuck the Leafs and the Sabres" because that's apparently all we do is shut up.
All we really.
It doesn't matter how we were talking about.
I mean, I could just see some of the viewers being like, "Why you guys hate so much?"
I am trying to get a hold of 2 very specific people to come on either here or on Sporculation at some point. One of them is a well-known Buffalo Sabres fan on YouTube. I gotta DM her again and see if she's down. And the other is Steve Dangle.
Please.
Yo,
I want to talk to both. I got this.
What?
I want to talk to them.
I have been like manifesting on like Twitter and here, just calling out Steve every now and then, just being like, yo, Steve, appear on our show. Just come and hang out for like 45 minutes while we all shit talk the Leafs.
I mean, dude, he might cry. Like, I'm not.
No, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. I think he's finally accepted that they are fucking cursed. So I think we're good.
Because if you watch his live streams this year,
oh yeah, he looked bad. Miserable.
Like
yeah,
he looked
so bad.
I actually felt bad for him.
I felt so bad.
I was like, damn, he had everything in the background too. Like he was dead on a fan.
But
dude, here's the thing. At least own it. Like, if your team is stupid, own it.
Yeah.
Don't be like, no, we'll show you. Like, dude, the Jets suck. I know the Jets suck. They have disappointed me for years. I watched the butt fumble and I was like, that's my quarterback. There he is. Like, Sanchez did it again. Like,
I actually wanted to talk some football because I feel excited, but I also feel like
this season's going to be a shit
Matt
show.
Nagy has been the problem all along.
I like where the Jets. For once, I'm actually happy as a Jets fan. I see hope.
I am a Lions fan and I am indifferent.
I am so hopeful, but I feel like I'm gonna get.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Get
All of our
myself-
football teams also suck. This is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, this is fantastic, but
that
at the
was
same
great.
time,
Do we-
like, God damn it!
Baseball, the Yankees disappoint me.
I
I'm
mean,
not
I
talking
felt
any baseball. I'm done. I'm done.
I
with
love
it.
I love
That's
me I
everything.
love me my Jays. The Tigers are on a
My
rebuild.
Cubs
This is
are
good.
terrible.
Oh, the Cubs suck. Oh
Do
my
we have
god.
any winning teams between us?
The Jays. That's
The
it
Bulls
right
had a
now.
great offseason.
They did.
And that's all I'm gonna say.
The Bulls have not. The Bulls have had a pretty good offseason. The Detroit Pistons aren't a team, so I just don't count them as existing.
The Knicks happily applied themselves this year, so I can at least say that.
And
They
the
made the playoffs.
Raptors are just somewhere in the stratosphere. They're
Somewhere.
just there. They're just.
I like how
existing
for a
right now.
sports podcast we have no winning teams. I actually think that's
We don't
kinda
have
fun.
any winning teams. Yeah, we're suffering.
I forget who Anton roots for, but that
The Winnipeg
He-
Jet.
he's
a couple
Winni-
of them.
He's
Minnesota
Winnipeg and Minnesota for hockey. For basketball, it's the Raptors. For baseball, it's the Jays. And then he's
Chelsea
not
football.
too big of a football guy.
Yeah, he's not too big of football. But
So-
Yusuf is gonna be rooting for the Kraken. So
So
Maybe
all of
some
us can't win.
positives.
None of us
You,
can win a
you
game.
know I am getting one of their jerseys like the second they're available.
yeah,
we
for
know.
sure. I mean,
Well,
this
what-
is
Why
it's
not?
tough.
No,
Very
It-
tough.
You know,
the right
it
answer.
sucks. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun being a podcast where all of our teams just are not good.
Which is
But-
good because we shit on teams like Buffalo, the Leafs. Feel
Exactly.
better.
And you know what the best part is? Since you mentioned that,
opinions are
Parse,
justified because
I don't know if you
we-
overheard this part of the conversation before we started recording, because I know you were like off for a second.
Yeah,
The NHL announced that there might be an outdoor game between Buffalo and Toronto in Hamilton at the Tiger Cats field.
that's dope.
Yeah, in March. And I'm like, if it's actually happening,
Dude,
we are
could do a
flying.
live show.
We are flying Tyler out here. You, me, him, and Anton are going to this game.
Yeah, that sounds tough.
I'm gonna wear my Jack Eichel Rangers jersey.
Stop.
I'll make one. I don't give a
Jack
shit.
Eichel's not. Please do. It'll just like
It'll be a really bad
It-
jersey spelt wrong. Like
it's just gonna be the four of us. We'll go see the game. We'll fucking hang out, even though there's like shit fucking nothing to do in Hamilton, Ontario, except hike.
Yeah.
Good trails in Hamilton, but yeah, and it will just be like, hey, you know how we made fun of the Buffalo Sabres and Maple Leafs for like a year? Guess what? We're
Got
just
a
chilling. We'll see
live
like
broadcast. It'll be
a
beautiful.
live broadcast. Just
We could
watching-
probably do a live broadcast.
yeah,
and
just watching us boo Austin Matthews.
it would be dope.
It would be really funny. We might do that. We'll see if the NHL does announce that and like whether or not.
Shit, we should
Fans
make
will be
Leafs
allowed.
jersey where it just says overpaid if their numbers. That's a great idea, actually.
He finds new ways to take him
I
out.
know, right? He really does.
He's
Like he always
cold
does
mind.
this. He
Cold
always does this. But God,
Gotta
that's one clown fiesta for another day. This has been a clown fiesta, and I think this is a good way to cap off the show.
If you're a Sabres fan or a Leafs fan, we hate you. Just kidding. Well,
Yeah, we're not sorry.
Why does our team suck?
the Leafs are all of ours.
All of
Yes.
our-
It's fine.
I mean, like it could be like okay, so it's like
But
Parse
they
and
suck
I
with pride
like okay,
and
like Red Wings,
dignity-ish.
Red Wings, Blackhawks, right? We're bad. They are kind of bad, but still like bad. We're like rebuilding, and then by proxy, because we live outside of Toronto, we're stuck with Leafs fans, and they're just unexplainable.
Dude,
So-
they don't they don't have a concept for logic, bro.
Oh no, they don't. They really don't.
Like there's nothing logical
And then
about losing
the worst part about it is by
Seven
distance,
games.
by geographical driving distance, Buffalo is closer to us than Ottawa.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
So then it's like we're just fucking we get all the I don't know. This is fuck. It's
There is
so dumb.
nothing logical about losing to the Canadians in 7 games. Nothing at all, man. When you were
It's
up
so
3-1,
beautiful.
it's just
It's
how is
so
that
great.
possible?
What the hell are you talking about? It's hysterical.
It's what's hysterical looking back at it is basically the fact that only the Leafs could pull that off.
Oh no, no other team would have.
No
found
other
that.
team would have done it.
that. No.
Yeah. If
I
you're
would
up
not
3-1,
accept that.
if you're up 3-1, you're winning that last game. you're winning that game. You need to.
Even if you lost it, you just win game 4 or game
Game 5, game
like,
6. Yeah, just
like,
win game
just pull
6.
it back.
Yeah. Like pull it back game 5, okay, sure, but then you dominate in game 6.
And if it gets to game 7, you win it. Like
Yeah, like you have no
you
have no
you
other
don't
option.
choke.
You
Don't
don't
choke.
have your star $10 million players just staring up at the ceiling going while your coach is trying to beat some sense into you. Like
The
anyway.
sad thing is I actually like the Leafs coach.
Oh, Sheldon Keefe's great.
Yeah, I
But
wish
the
he
team
was
just
anywhere
is-
else.
I know, right?
I want to root for him, but I can't.
Tyler, legend.
Jesus Christ, man.
He's a legend. Anywhere
Dude,
else?
if I ever go to Toronto, I'm just gonna get
Anywhere else.
stabbed. Like just
Oh,
like
if you ever come here, dude, we need to keep
Anywhere
you
else.
like we need to keep you out in the suburbs. We only allow you to go to the like into downtown like
I'm gonna wear a
for
shitty
2 hours
fake
a
mustache or
day.
something.
Yeah, because Leafs fans they get angry fast.
They're Canadian. How mean can they be? Like,
Bro, it's so weird how angry they get, bro.
do they get angry?
No, you
It's
don't understand.
so
They get
weird.
pissed
Like,
because like
you
Montreal,
know
like
you're not
Montreal
that
fans,
good.
Montreal fans will get violent, but Leafs fans will go like gang warfare on your ass sometimes.
Montreal needs a reason though. Like, if you go hating on them when they're doing good, yeah, you can get into some
Dude,
problems.
I
Yeah,
don't
you're gonna
care.
get
when they're
in a fight.
bad,
Like, they can go
they
after
be
me.
like,
I'm
okay,
fine with it.
Yeah.
okay. And why are you in Montreal then? Since you
I'm
want to
gonna
talk.
show them a video, a video in color of the Rangers winning the Stanley Cup. Like that's all I have to do. Like the footage, it might not be high definition, but it's still in color.
Dude, these Toronto
Dude,
people will get
dude,
mad for. And I
Dude,
don't
literally
get it.
working in Toronto sucks sometimes because fucking like some of my old coworkers would be like, "Oh yeah, well we're Leafs fans. We've been Leafs fans our entire lives and our parents' lives." And they look at me, they're like, "How does it feel being a Red Wings fan?" And I'm like, "What year were you born again?" They were like 2002. I'm like, "Did you know that the Red Wings won the Stanley Cup in 2002? When did the Toronto Maple Leafs win the Stanley Cup?
Honestly, hold up. When was your last cup? Was it like
What, the Red
60s?
Wings? 2008.
Dude,
No, the Leafs.
Oh, 67.
Leafs like 67.
I thought it was 67.
It's
That's what I
67.
thought.
No,
There's
it's
a whole
67.
meme.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a whole
hold
meme.
on.
There's a literal whole
Hold
meme.
on.
67 years or something like that.
Here
50
it is.
years?
Game 6, the finals. Guess what? It's in black and white.
Yeah,
I
of
was
course
not
it
even
is.
lying. That's hysterical.
Did you? Fun fact. Do you know who was on that team
Who?
that won in 1967? The man that the company I work for is named after.
Really?
Tim Horton was on that team.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah. It's fantastic when you think about it, and then you realize the last fucking cup they won was 54 years ago.
Hey, yeah, they broke our record. That's for sure.
I'm done.
I'm forever in debt to the Maple Leafs.
That's gonna be the last thing we say on this show, and then I'm actually gonna wrap it up here. But I swear to God, when I edit this and put it up tomorrow, that's the first thing people are gonna see is Tyler saying that. No context.
Oh, that's beautiful.
This has been Up the Boards. You know where to find us. We're on YouTube. Be sure to check out Sportculation on Spotify, the main podcast with myself, Parse, and our dear friend Anton Long. Find us wherever you can find your podcasts. If you are a fan of the Buffalo Sabres and or the Toronto Maple Leafs, number one, why? Number two, please do not threaten us in any way. We are innocent people. We just think your teams are bad.
We could take you.
It's called
We have facts to prove it, but
yeah, it's called an
I'm
opinion.
confident. I'm confident all of us. We could take someone.
Yeah, one person. I don't know about an army of fucking angry Sabres and Leafs fans. But on that note, this has been Up the Boards. I'm Yusuf.
I'm Parse.
I'm Tyler.
Nothing witty? No?
Nah, I'm gonna be good today.
You sure?
I've already had some fun.
I don't know. Finish him.
We'll see you soon. I don't know. We're going to be doing football stuff soon, so get ready for that, I guess, when Tyler doesn't have to make fun of a Toronto team.
That was good.
And